POS. This is a simple demonstration on how to do a few things on the business settings page. I'm here with Danny, and Brother Dan is also going to be asking questions on how to go about this and just look at it from a different point of view. So to get things started, for business owners or admins, you need to log in. And again, I'll stress on that to log in, you need your username and password, not email address. One last thing also is that if you don't understand an in-depth of any of these things mentioned in the video, don't worry. There's a whole support channel which is help.sikapos.com, and you can feel free to go through it again. And if you don't find anything on this list, just come here and type it. There are still more hidden there. If it still doesn't answer you, please use our live chat. It's located at the bottom right corner, and just type anything and there will be someone to help you out. If someone still doesn't work, please call our helpline. It's on the contact page, and you'll be able to actually, it's on the contact page of SikaPOS.com, and you'll be able to get it started. So we get right into it. So we're going to log in with an admin account, and we click on login. And again, as you can see, it's about username and password. So once you log in, you're greeted with the home screen. I'm sure by now you are conversant with the home screen, but the first thing once you create your account you should be doing is business settings. I always say, Dan, that there is nothing better than going to your business settings, because it will be blind going to start adding products without setting up what you want and how it works for you.
Exactly.
SikaPOS is so customizable, but it's all based on how you want it to work for you.
Sure.
And if you don't set things in the right places, it can become a bit overwhelming. So if you feel there's so much buttons and so much going on, I'll always advise you, go on your left hand side of the menu, look all the way down, you scroll all the way down to settings, click on settings, it will expand. Once it expands, you bring your cursor and click on the first one. Don't worry about that ones, we'll talk about them later in this video. So click on business settings. Once you click on business settings, you'll be greeted with business settings. Literally, there are two ways of doing business settings. It's either you search for what you're looking for or you go through it. If you notice here, you'll be able to look for it. So if you say, hey, I want to change my currency, you can just say, okay, currency, and it will show you where it is.
Okay.
If you want to change it, then you know what, let's look for something which is got to do with enable catalog. It will show you exactly where it is. So the business setting can also be huge, but there's a whole search ability there if you're looking for something and you don't know where it is. But we'll start straight from here. Business. Here, this allows you to put in the name of your business. This will, if you put whatever name you put here is what will show at the top here. Okay. It's what is also going to show on your invoices, your quotations, your SMS notifications, your email notifications. So make sure you choose the right name here, or make sure it's the name that you want it to be. This is also picked as your default location. Okay. So if you want to change the location name, you go to this tab and change the location, which we'll also explain later in this video.
All right.
Start of date. This is the business, the date that your business started. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. You can start, you can put the day that you started using the SikaPOS. It doesn't really matter. Default profit percentage. This, a lot of people ask, what does this mean? What's the point of this? This is, it can be changed, but it's handy when you're adding a product. Okay. How SikaPOS works is this. It automates a lot of things for you. So for example, if you add a product and say, okay, I bought this phone for 1,000 cedis, but I want to now sell it. The default profit percentage here is that whenever I put this phone into my inventory and I say 1,000 cedis, SikaPOS is automatically going to calculate 25% as your selling price. Okay. Now I must say that this is the default, but once you are adding a product, you are free to change it and increase it per product. Okay. It doesn't mean that this 25% is going to automatically apply to any of the product, but this is the default amount that you want to set for it. Now you can just change it to whichever amount that you want. Once you change it, you click on update settings right at the bottom there. So let's just say we want to increase it to, we want to make 50% profit on each and every product, and we click on update settings.
All right.
And now, whenever you add a product, it will just show you purchase price, selling price.
Yes.
But in there, you'll be able to see profit margin, and you can even reduce it, and it will also automatically reduce or increase your selling price. Yes. Now, one thing I also need to mention is, if you notice, there's a little blue button icon on some of the thing. This is a help text. This is a help text explaining what that button is. It's not on all buttons, but it's on some of them.
Yeah.
So whenever you see it, you just use your mouse. You don't have to click on it. You just point your mouse straight to it, and it will explain to you. For example, used to calculate the selling price based on the purchase price entered. You can modify this value for individuals products whilst adding. Basically, everything I've just explained here.
Yeah. So SikaPOS actually takes the pen and paper out of your hands and then just put everything at the click.
Click, that's the whole thing. So at the end of the day, you know how much profit you are making, how much you are investing in purchasing your product, and how much profit you are making. So this is supposed to automate your whole entire business.
Wow.
Yeah. The next thing in business settings is the currency, which is self-explanatory. The placement of the currency in Ghana is before, so you don't have to worry. Time zone is Africa, Accra. Logo, also very important, because where you place your logo will show at different places, like such as here, such as the POS, such as your invoice. But you can still change what shows up in your invoice and receipts. You can still change it here.
Okay.
You can create a default one, but you can change and what it looks at other places.
All right.
Start of fiscal year. Some people like to start their fiscal year in January. Some people even like to start their fiscal year in June.
Yes.
It helps because it helps you know. It helps with the reporting. So you know, okay, at the end of this fiscal year, we made this amount of money, blah blah blah. SikaPOS will do all the calculation and job for you. You don't have to do that, right? For our accounting purposes, first in, first out, last in, first out, you'll be able to pick that option here. Transaction days, it will tell you how many days it's supposed to do the transaction, and it can be edited. So for example, if you make a sale, right, and later on you realize, oh, there was something wrong with this sale, how many days do you have to you're able to edit that sale?
Okay.
This is really good for admin, because you're able to keep control.
Yes.
You can change this to just 3 days. So within 3 days, if the sale, nothing happened,
You are good to go.
you are good to go. It's uneditable.
Yeah.
So transaction edit days is very important. Number of days from the transaction date that it can be edited. So if you do it after 1 month, it cannot be edited, then that is it.
So let's take it for instance, the admin puts 3 days, and then later on decide to change it to maybe 5 days.
Yes.
So it takes effect
From the day that you say, it won't take the previous ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you make changes here, it will take changes of the day moving forward, not the previous ones.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Date format, in Ghana we go with a day, month,
Day, month, and year.
Yes. Yes. Time format, in Ghana we go with the 12-hour format. Currency, our precision, leave it at 2. This currency precision just means the number of decimal points after that. Quantity precision, same thing. And you just click on update once you make any changes. Now, tax, which is huge. Now,
Very interesting.
tax is huge.
Yes.
in SikaPOS. This is what's the word? A small bit of it. I'll explain later on when we come to tax rate. But I advise everyone, this little version of it is just putting your tax name, your tax number, tax name, tax number, or in this case your GRA number.
Yes.
Or your business registration number. There will be a specific video explaining how to set up your tax, whether it's the VAT or the NHIS or Get Fund
Or COVID.
or COVID.
Yes.
There are ways of doing that. All right. Products. If you have SKUs and you want to have a prefix of how a product is put in there, or for SKU is put, you can do that. For products such as pharmacies that want to keep expiry dates, you can enable expiry dates, or you can turn it off. Once you enable it, you have the option to say, okay, add expiry dates, keep selling or stop selling after what days.
Okay.
So that when employees or cashiers, it doesn't even show there, because they know the product is expired.
Yes.
Yeah. Or you can say stop selling before this number of days. You have the option to do anything you want when it comes to that. Add manufacturing date and expiry date. You can have that. You can play with it, and this will all show up when you're adding a product. So everything here is functionality, right? You can bring brands. You can bring your whole branding if you have the energy and manpower to do it. You can enable brands when creating product. You can enable categories. You can enable subcategories. You can even enable tax info, or you can bring in units, default units, sub units. Now racks, rows, positioning. These are, let's assume we have a shop, right, or we have a mini mart, and there are huge items on different aisles and rows. This functionality allows you to put the position of the item. So when you're adding for quick sale, so for you're adding a product, you add sugar. You can put sugar is on aisle 1 or row 1, blah blah blah. It helps with the positioning. So once you enable it, you'll be able to put that detail there. Contact is default credit. So now default credit is quite simple, but for businesses that, for example, a seamstress, people have top up in like their wallet. They can put money in their wallet or default credit stuff there. Yeah. Sale, same thing. You can create discounts, commission on some employees who want to have that. This is there's no need for payment link. Worry about payment link because it's not applicable to our customers in Ghana. So for our customers in Ghana, you don't have to worry about the payment link. POS, on the POS screen, you are able to edit some of the shortcuts. So keyboard shortcuts, you're able to disable draft in POS, editable. Basically everything here is about POS. Disable multiple pay, disable express pay, disable weighing. You can weigh some products, even in shop, right?
Yes.
This is all connected. If you have the weighing machine, you can connect it to SikaPOS. You can put in the SKUs for all that, all in the POS. Same for purchasing, which is here. You can make those editable thing. Payment screen, you can put cash dominations, the screens when it should show up. Dashboard, you remember in our dashboard we had a part for list of products that are expiring.
Yes.
You can set how many when
days to expire.
So give me only products that are going to expire in the next 10 days. Then it will show you that. System is so you're able to change the colors of this, right? So if you want this to be black, you just change that to black and just click on black, and you will notice that this top hand side has changed to black. So it's just a color change depending on what matches your business model and what you're doing. Default database page entries. This just means that, for example, if you come to products and you see that it's showing you a list of products, by default it shows you 25, but if you want to increase the total number of list all the time, whatever you increase here will apply to contacts, sales, everything, expenses, the list,
the catalog.
Obviously though, it's going to be, you can go to the next page, but it should show you there. Now help text, you can turn off all the help text if you want. So this icon help, you can decide to just turn it off and it will show in your in there. I don't see why someone would want to turn that off because it's very handy.
That's good.
Prefix is the same thing. If you want it to, this is great for reporting. Then purchases is PO, sales are that, locations. So each location will be BL Accra. It just shows up well in your location. Aside that, you can even do a prefix for your username. So if you are saying, my business name is Bediako Pharmacy, all usernames should start with BP, then the username, but they will still have their ending number there. Yes. Email, you have two options. Users have the option to use SikaPOS email configuration, or they use their own email. They can set up their own email server there.
Excuse me, getting signed on to SikaPOS comes with an email address?
No, it doesn't come with the email address. Yes, it comes with the email address automatically for sending emails to your customers.
Okay.
Yes, but your customers will not even see SikaPOS. What your customers will only see is Bediako Pharmacy has sent them things. So, for example, if you buy something from this shop right now, the system will automatically send an email to that customer.
Okay.
When the customer sees the email, the from will just say Bediako Pharmacy.
Okay.
But behind it is SikaPOS sending the email on your behalf.
Okay, so which means they cannot reply to that email.
They cannot reply to that email.
All right.
So if you want customers to reply to your receipt emails, whatever email, you just uncheck this and put in your email configuration. So if you have your own company email configuration, this is where to set it.
Okay.
So depending on your settings, this will work. But what you want them to see is the name. So your company name should show up. So and when they are looking at their email, the from will show your company name here.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. SMS. Now, SikaPOS does not manage SMS, but we give users the ability to send SMSs. So by default, whenever you transact a business, there are two ways you can give customer receipt. You can have physical receipt that is printed.
Yep.
You can have an email receipt, and you can have an SMS receipt.
Okay.
Right. Now with SMS, we have configured with Twilio or Nextmo. Twilio is a product of Google.
Okay.
So once you go on Twilio, you create your account, you top up your account. It has to be a paid Twilio account.
Okay.
Once you top up your account, you just come put in the details here, even put your from there, and that is it. And you start working. So if you need SikaPOS to actually
send text messages,
you can contact us. We will give you at a cost.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can go and set it up on by yourself and put in the details here and manage by yourself, which we encourage customers to anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. But at the moment, it's Nextmo and Twilio. But if you have a third party, you can just put in all these connections and that. So it's not limited to just these two.
All right.
So as far as you have the details, it would work.
All right. That's good.
Yes. Now we even have discount and reward system. So if you have customers that want to come back, you can keep a discount and reward system for them.
Okay.
And they'll get discount whenever. You can set it all up here. Modules. Now, the modules is basically everything we discussed in the pricing modules. But there will be some people that don't want some things to show. This is where it is, right? There are, if you don't want to have purchases here, you can just turn it off. If you don't want to have stock transfers, you can just come and turn it off. Don't want to have stock adjustment, you can just come and turn it off. You don't want to manage your expenses, you can. In fact, you can even turn off POS system and use SikaPOS for a specific thing without even using the POS.
The POS.
If you don't want accounts, like payment accounts, you can come and turn it off. Restaurants, they can come and turn on bookings, they can come and turn on modifiers. Modifiers are like toppings. If you want people to make order, okay, I want cheese on it, I want blah, blah, blah. You can come here, add it to it, and you can have extra toppings in your list. There'll be a whole video for restaurant people, how to set up restaurants and that. Custom labels. This is my favorite part. SikaPOS is so customizable that whichever business you have, it will work for. And we understand that everything we have put here will not work for every business. So custom labels, which is available in business settings, allows you to add that. For example, in our POS settings, we only have cash and card. But there will be a business that want to accept Western Union money transfer.
Yeah.
There will be another, excuse me, there will be another business that want to accept crypto. This custom payment modules allow you to come and create them here. So for example, as you can see, mobile money, Vodafone Cash, Airtel Tigo, Fidelity account, UMB account, crypto, Danny, give me another one, MoneyGram.
Yeah.
MoneyGram. All right. So you've created your own custom payment. So what happens is now, once I've come to save, good. Once I've come to save, and for the purpose of this, I'll go into the POS system.
Yep.
Right, and I've made a sale, right? And I want to say, okay, fine. This person have bought an item, by the way. I'm making payment, and it's by multiple pay. Okay, now I come and choose that. Okay, MoneyGram. The person paid using MoneyGram.
Oh, okay.
The transaction details, the payment details, finalized. Do you get it?
All right.
Exactly. Oh, mismatch. Yeah. Well, this is I've typed too much in there, but I hope you get it.
Yeah.
So this creates more payment options. So by default we have cash, we have card, we have check, that, but we don't have these ones. So you're able to add more payment options. I'll show, there'll be another video explaining what payment account is, but this gives you a fair idea of that. So let's say MoneyGram, finalize pay. Oh, not allowed, mismatch between solid and quantity item. Oh, okay, let me re-add it. Is, let's pick another item. Let's say paracetamol. I hope it has stock. Okay, and MoneyGram, finalize. The sale has been made.
Okay.
Right. It was just that item, I think, was out of stock. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see in your receipt there is Panadol, there is one, it's been purchased, and you can see payment MoneyGram. So in your report, we can even look at a simple report, today's report, let's say back. In today's report, you'll be able to see that someone paid using MoneyGram.
Yep.
Exactly. So walk-in customer that using MoneyGram. I hope it makes sense.
Yes.
Exactly. So this allows you to create. We'll go back to our business settings, and this allows you to create whichever label you want. And this does not apply only to payments. It applies to custom fields. So, for example, this is a pharmacy, and the pharmacy wants to take types of let's say a blood type or a blood group. When adding, whether the person wants to know whether the person is a sickle cell or next of kin, you can come and put these custom fields here, and they will show up when you're adding a customer, so you can ask the customer thing. We have a client that is a tailor, and the tailor does not want just the normal. The tailor wants to be able to add sizes, so your waist size, your trouser size, bust, exactly. You can come and add all these things here, so that you are able to actually input these details when done. Yes. So same applies to custom fields. Same applies to products. So when you're adding a product and the details, the default ones are not there, you can add. Let's just say if it's a laptop you are selling and you want to take the hard disk size.
Yes.
You can add those ones and say hard disk size. So you're able to put in those details of that. Yes, so hard disk size, same as location, goes on and on and on. Whichever field.
And even the brands,
same thing. You're able to come here but you'll be able to add. If you talk about brands, there's a whole section for brands, by the way, where you're able to add different brands. This is different from just field when adding a product. Even delivery, you can change custom fields. You can bring Uber, that you can come here and add whichever delivery that you want. So this is just a general overview of the business settings, which I advise everyone to do. I'll just brush through this other part, which is the business location. So depending on your plan, you can come here and create your business location. So if you have multiple locations,
just add them,
and it will create it, and it will behave as if it's a whole different dashboard on its own. But when you're adding a product, you can choose which branch the product should be. I hope it makes sense. Yes. So this gives you a really good. You can choose to deactivate a location or make changes in that location. It's totally up to you. You can even change the printer or connect the printer, change an invoice. You can create a different invoice for different locations. Yes. Here is where you create your invoices. You can create different styles, and these same invoices will connect to the business location. And that there's a barcode settings. This is where you create your barcodes and create a different create the settings for barcode, how you want your barcode to be designed. It seems like a lot, but it is a lot, and it's quite straightforward once you set it up. You can even set up your printers here. If you have network printers, it will work. If you have Windows printers, it will work. If you have terminal printers, it will work. All the instructions are there. Remember that if you want to set any of this up, just go to our help center, type in printer, and you'll be able to
Gets you all the help.
setting up a terminal printer. Everything is here. Very, very, very detailed. So your IT people, this is a list. If you're thinking of the printers that would work, these are the list of printers that will work.
Yes.
So this will be really, really handy for what you want. If you like what you see and you don't like what, please always let us know whether it's working or not, and it will help our feedback. But this gives you an idea for those that want to get printer and not knowing what printer to get. Sure. Anything in this range or anything close to this range will work. I'll just take us back. Tax rate. There will be a separate video explaining how this tax works, but it's very simple. Basically, you create different tax things. So for example, here a tax has been created for VAT at 12.5%. The NHIL, Get Fund, and COVID has been created at 6%. But when you are creating a product, you don't have to add all this 111. You can add a tax group, which makes it 18.5%. So you can group your tax and create a different tax group, and GST is 18%, which is VAT plus this. This is this plus this, which will make 18%. So when you're adding a product, you just add by group or you add by individual.
Okay, that's good, because I've seen on certain invoices where the VAT are separated.
Yes.
Because when you're calculating for materials,
yes,
it's different, and the one that has to do with labor,
exactly,
it's also different.
Yes. So this gives you the advantage of either applying the tax per group or per individually.
Yes. That's good.
Yes.
That's really good.
Yes. The last part is literally subscription. This page, this is where I think you asked earlier on. This is where you come and check which subscription you are on.
Yes.
And see what that subscription, for example, this account is on standard. So you'll be able to see what standard gives you.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to upgrade, all you have to do is click on pay and subscribe. And you'll be able to tell you the cost. Mind you, this is subject to change depending on the time so if you're watching this video and the price has changed, please bear with us. But you'll be able to, once you see what it is, you click on pay stack, and it will take you to the payment prompt from there. And once you pay, you can pay with your card, your debit card or your bank card, or you can pay with mobile money instantly. Once you make that payment, you're good to go, and your account will be upgraded instantly. If you have any problems, you can just give us a call and you're good.
So when you get back to that page, the payment,
after payment, you literally come back to this page. It will bring you back to this page where you see your subscription has been updated to end the old one and start the new one.
I see one interesting thing here where it tells you the number of days left, like remaining days. So
exactly.
You can actually know how many days you are left with.
Exactly. Which is very handy, because even without upgrading, you need to always come here to see how long your subscription is left. Yes.
So one quick one, in case someone is not able to pay for the next month or renew subscription, and then maybe default by a month. So the person's data is still intact, and when they pay, still continues from.
Absolutely. Data is never deleted on SikaPOS. Access is the only thing that is restricted is access. Yes. And if you are going to delay, simply call our customer support service, and we can talk something out and figure out a payment plan for you to get things going. We're here to make businesses grow, not to block businesses from thriving. So if you're not even able to pay for a certain month, you can just give you a call. We can even extend your plan whilst you are in whatever time. We hope you don't get there, but if that's the case, you can easily just give us a call. This breakdown just shows what you have paid and what is left, and your subscription details, literally, and that. All right. Thank you very much, and thanks for using SikaPOS.